I may be high on paint fumes right now, but we do have some cool stuff in these bags, and especially in that box. Right after the intro. Hello, and welcome to another vlog of Bricks and Toys. My name is Brandon, and thank you all for tuning in on today's episode. Now, like I said, I might be suffering from a little bit of a paint high. I've been using polyurethane to seal in my mom's bathroom door. I mentioned it a few weeks ago that she got a door in. I had to build it. I had to hang it. So it was a bunch of handyman stuff. But then the door seemed a little bit too dry and splintery. Like you get a splinter with it because it's cheap. So my mom had me go off to the hardware store and get some spray polyurethane oil-based gloss to coat the door and then put it back in and hang it back up. So I've been spending my Sunday doing that. Spray one side with a can, wait a couple hours, flip it, spray the other. Fun stuff. On top of other things we've been doing this weekend, we've started filming for Star Wars Week. I know I mentioned it yesterday in the Yoda video, so if you've not checked that video out, please go over and check it out, at least at the end, where I explain what is LEGO Star Wars Week and what is the schedule. I am super pumped about that week. So far, we've already got 2 builds done. Well, technically, we've got 3 builds done this weekend that contribute to that week, and the rest of all that stuff that we're building and doing during the week comes from the May 1st releases. So I'm super excited to get those releases in now. I got the builds in my backlog that are going to debut for that week done. Now I just got to get the good stuff. I'm also filming a little bit early because I am going to take a break from filming. All I'm going to be doing for the next week is just vlogs. All the builds for the month are done. So, thank the heavens. As you guys have been kind of seeing a theme on these vlogs, I've been getting a little worn down and a little tired. And like today, I'm those things plus a little paint high. I've not felt this way in many years, and it reminds me of something else from my younger days. It's kind of like you just feel kind of like, woo, in a fog. But we are persevering, we are filming our other videos, we are getting everything done today because I'm on a schedule to take that break. Stop touching Lego sets for a few days and just be a person. Spend time with the family. That's the important things about life. So, with that being said, I do have some temptations in these bags that I'm going to have to resist getting my little fingers on while I take my little break and just focus on life for a few days. So starting off with just Funkos. On Thursday or Friday, I was at the mall and I went into Hot Topic and they had the 40th Return of the Jedi Funkos in. And yes, I irresponsibly bought all of them. So starting off with number 610 of the set, we have the Darth Vader death scene. This is when he takes off his helmet and says, "Let me see you with my own eyes." That scene really got me the first time I ever watched Return of the Jedi. The next up, we're not going in any order, we're just taking out of a bag, is 607. This is Princess Leia in her Hoth outfit. Oh, not Hoth, indoor outfit. Then we have Luke Skywalker with a laser blaster. Really cool. I have so many Luke Skywalker and Darth Vaders, and they're all so little different. But at least that Darth Vader I just showed you is drastically different than the majority that I have. And he's just a little bit different, which is a bummer. Next up is 606. Princess Leia in the bush helmet. Or bounty hunter outfit, in this case. The helmet's what I built earlier. 608, we got Wicket. As everybody says, a bunch of pissed off teddy bears. And the last of the last, and this one I think is super cool. This is 609 with C-3PO, but this is when he's kind of on that throne thing because they think he's a god. Super cool. So there's 6 of these in this series, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Another cool one that I found that wasn't Star Wars related is this Wednesday Addams Hot Topic exclusive. I think it's exclusive because her dress is like a little shiny. It's metallic-y. So that's pretty cool as well. She's going to join the other one that I have that's very similar, but not an exclusive. So that wraps up that bag. And then we go forward into yesterday. Yesterday I went to my local record store, and if you are into records as well like me, you will know that it was record store day. Now, they didn't really have a lot of good exclusive record store day records that were of my taste. The biggest, I guess, was the new Taylor Swift Lake House album. I have no clue anything about it. They were telling me to be at the register about it because some guy tried to get me to buy him records of Taylor Swift for a cash amount because he already purchased his Macs, and I guess he was going to scalp them on the internet. But I told the guy no, and I said, I don't care how much money you're going to pay me. I'm not buying no records for you. And thank God I told him that because he's a scalper. And I don't do scalping. I don't scalp with Legos. I don't scalp with Funko. And I sure in the hell will not buy a Taylor Swift record, let alone buy one for a scalper. And not that I have anything wrong with Taylor Swift, but I have an ex. And leave it at that. We'll get to these Legos here in a second. Now, I did pick up a vinyl record. Now, I was able to find the If You Have Ghost EP. This was one of their first EPs. I really enjoy this band. And, you know, a lot of people will get down about the satanic stuff of them. But I look at it in the same sense as Star Wars has a dark side. Harry Potter has the dark side as well. You know, with dark magic, everything has a dark side. And even in reality, there's a dark side. This band's full of lore, just like Star Wars and Harry Potter. So to me, it's all of the same thing. Overall, they make really kick-ass rock and roll. And I'm happy to have this EP. With this EP, I can say I'm only missing 2 of their first albums in vinyl and their newest EP coming out at the end of May. So I am super happy to have this. Now back to what we do on the channel. I picked up this Funko Pop. I am a big James Bond fan, and I saw this one when it was new, turned around to go back and get it, and it was gone. This is one of the most corniest Roger Moore era James Bond movies, and that's why I had to have this, because of the level of corny that this movie is. And it is the Moonraker Roger Moore James Bond. This is the James Bond movie that they made because of all of the Star Wars movies coming out, and the space thing was getting a huge, you know, cinematic audience. So they went and they did Moonraker, which was extremely freaking corny. James Bond in space is equally, if not a little less corny than when they did Fast and Furious 9 in space. Hopping back to Star Wars, I got this glow-in-the-dark Yoda. I guess it's his spirit form. I thought this was really cool. And I can't wait to put some UV light on it to see if it still kicks. And also to find out, you know, about how old it is, because it does look a little bit older. At least the box has been worn down. because both of these are pre-owned. Most of what's in this bag, I think, is pre-owned. Now, kicking over to Pokemon, I did get this really sick Meowth. I did get a good deal on all of these. I don't know exactly how the numbers work out, but it was buy 3, get the 4th for free on used Funko. So we bought 8, got 2 for free. Now this one I picked up because when I was a kid, there was a commercial and it just kept saying, keeps going and going and going. So for that, I picked up the Energizer Bunny. Now back to James Bond, I did get the classic Casino Royale, Daniel Craig era, when the movies got really mature and serious. I really enjoyed that era. And the last of the Funko is this Dale Earnhardt in his Goodwrench outfit. Now because of licensing, it just says the Intimidator because they can't use the GM Goodwrench licensing. Bummer. But it's still incredible and an iconic scheme of Dale Earnhardt. As I said on the channel, do it for Dale! Continuing on with all of our goodies, now we have some mail goodies. Now I did clear off the desk because my camera was about to overheat, so I had to shut down, let it cool down, and come on back. So while it was cooling, I cleaned up a little bit. Now, let's get into the mail call, saving that one for last. I am excited about that one. First up, my mom picked up the Flatiron Building. Architecture, still sealed in box, new. 471 pieces. Pretty cool. I recently heard about this building. It went up for auction and it was sold for only millions of dollars. Yet it's so iconic that, and they have tons of Lego sets made about it. What's up with that? How is an iconic building and only worth millions of dollars? Next up, we have another just empty box, but this is not an empty box, it's just a blank box. This is pieces that make a architecture set of the Lincoln Monument or the Lincoln Memorial. So these are 2 retired sets that my mom picked up. I'm going to try to get these built before she gets back from Arizona because she's out helping a friend right now getting eye surgery. I hope he's doing okay because he's a friend of the family. And on that one, while she's been out in the middle of Arizona with the surgery, she's picked up some new stuff. And she has not told me what she's picked up yet, so it's going to be a surprise for everybody. Which means more builds. Woo! So speaking of the woohoo, without further waiting, check out this shiznit. Yeah. Money. That's all I'm going to say about this set is I am baffled at how much this set costed. But I have said it before, my mom, she's hard-headed, and she does not know when just to kind of be like, you know what, F it, it's not worth it. She sees something, she's like Ariana Grande. I saw it, I bought it, or however that song goes. I don't listen to pop music, obviously. Now, I did open it up, and it does look mostly complete. It is in bags. It was not a sealed box. And we did pay over $400 for this set, guys. But everything is still sealed. Stickers. Bags look legitimate, nothing Chinese. It does come with a tan 32 by 32 base plate, meaning that this set will be excellent to incorporate into the city. Now, when it comes to this stuff on a personal level, I will tell you this. Buildings like the modular buildings that she helped out with, she bought half of the 4 that we have. I bought the other half. And the 2 that she got me, I did take possession of those. But for like the lighthouse, I will not take possession of that because it's for her. If I ever move or do anything, I will leave the lighthouse behind for her. And this fishing village or fishing store is no different. I cannot possibly accept this set for myself. We talk about these things and we get an agreement of what's mine to keep and what's hers to keep and what she wants out here and what she doesn't want out here. We do keep an open line of communication about that because I am not a taker. I don't like taking things, but when I'm trying to do something and get somewhere, I will take help. I do believe refusing help and being stubborn is a foolish way to be, and it can lead to failure. So if someone out there is offering you help and you don't want to take that help, think about the people around you that it affects, and think about yourself and take the help. And then turn around that help that was given to you when you rise above and you give back. That's how I live my life, guys. Just being deep there for a second. So in sets like this will be in the city, probably sometime in the middle of May. We have a lot going on. But even though it's in the city, it is not mine. And just like with the lighthouse is not mine either. Those are two buildings that do not belong to me in the city, as I said before. So that wraps it up for Monday's vlog. I thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Star Wars Week is coming up next week on the 30th to the May 6th. So thank you for watching, and you all have a great Monday.